So here we are at our 4th annual Partners Retreat, and 10 years later, I would say that the Energeia Partnership has really exceeded our expectations. With over 340 graduates, the level of engagement and commitment, the generosity, the expertise, the leadership capacity across Long Island has just really made both of us feel very blessed and privileged to do the work we do.
The return on relationships has, I think, been the most unbelievable thing for me. To see people who come from completely different perspectives, to see the commitment that has been made by our own partners to make sure that we have a diverse space to be able to understand the issues from Long Island, the patience that we've had with each other. I think that has been, for me, probably the most unbelievable experience in the last 10 years.
We each work in our silos and we think we know everything until you go through the Energeia program and you realize I really didn't know about a lot of things that I thought I knew so much about.
If you get all the Energeia partners in a room, you quickly look around and you realize there's not much you can get done on Long Island without the people that you're standing next to.
In the nonprofits that I work with, every time I walk into a room, every time I walk into a meeting, there's somebody from Energeia.
Everything's gone.
Our Energeia connections were in place as soon as Hurricane Sandy hit. We were reaching out to so many different Energeia partners who, as soon as you call, they take your call. There's never even a doubt that you won't get the information or the response that you need. John Corrado provided buses to get people to access points for information. Chip Gorman provided access to the New York State parks for volunteers that would be coming in and needed places to be housed. Fast forward to the establishment of the Roundtable, we have donors that have committed tremendous amounts of resources, like John Miller with the American Red Cross, Theresa Regnante with United Way, Marian Conway through the New York Community Bank Foundation, individuals giving almost $7 million to Long Islanders that are still trying to deal with the recovery and the rebuild process related to Sandy.
Thank you!
When I became the president of the United Way, our chairman of the board was John Corrado. John, also an Energeia member. Although there are a lot of problems that Long Island faces in the area of education, one of the key issues was school supplies. And John coming forward and saying, you know, Theresa, we ought to do something and help. We're a bus company. We're about kids. How could we partner with United Way and do a great school supply drive? So that one idea now has blossomed 6 years later. Now we've got 1,500 children going to school with the supplies and having that equity at least on the first day.
A group of funders got together from Connecticut, Westchester, and Long Island to work on the Long Island Sound environment, the cleanliness of it, the quality of the water, as far as it goes to our economy, to recreation, and therefore Energeia people in the room. You know, when you get a group of funders together, it can go anyway. But we had leaders in the room that we can construct it, we can talk it over and get to point and move it along without a lot of wasted time. And it worked.
It's a lot of fun. We have really similar values. Our companies draw the same people, and we're all about making Long Island a better place to live, work, and raise a family and have fun. And that's certainly what the Long Island Ducks has been all about, and it's been a great partnership for that reason. We get along great.
We have a mission here to provide affordable family entertainment and to improve the quality of life for all of Long Island constituents, that, you know, the people that live in the community. And we offer $10 tickets and free parking. That's how we're affordable, and we can't do that without the support of people like Bethpage Federal Credit Unions. Winthrop partnered with us on Prostate Cancer Awareness Night with Ed Randall's Fans for the Cure, and it was a very successful night where we raised awareness and funds to help fight against prostate cancer.
We were here last Saturday night. We did 45 PSA tests. You know, I work in the healthcare industry, and while we obviously are very involved in illness care, one of the things that I think Energeia allows Long Island to embrace is wellness and prevention.
There's nothing more affordable than coming to state parks. During the off-season, we're free. During the season, there is a minimal charge depending on which park you want to see, and there's also an annual passport. And the Energeia partners partner with us to, again, create affordable programs.
The challenges that Energeia has wanted to address across Long Island were all present in Wyandotte. whether it's segregation, problems in the schools, drug problems. I mean, all of those things had caused Wyandanch to be viewed as a lost cause. So it required the leadership that the town provided, the partners that I've met through Energeia, all of that came together.
Wyandanch will have a long-term impact on this region, and that's what Energeia is about. Energeia is about solving problems on a regional level.
As a father with 2 autistic children, the biggest concern I have is what happens when my wife and I are no longer here. And the reality is the vast majority of those with autism after age 21 stay at home until their parents die. So we decided to come up with the idea of developing communities so that these young adults can live a purposeful life. They can become part of the community, not live in isolation, but live with the community as one.
I think we're in our first year of the Energeia program, and Charlie and I just happened to get together for lunch. And he knew me being an architect, he wanted to just run some ideas with, past me. Let me just simply say that being able to get into the door and have meaningful conversations with certain villages and townships, it's been a wonderful experience, and Energeia was able to supplement that discussion.
You know, Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory has arguably one of the best scientific teams in cancer research anywhere in the world. And you have Northwell Health out there leading medicine, expanding their footprint globally to bring a partnership very specific to cancer together. It's going to generate economic development for the region, it's going to advance cancer medicine, and arguably it's going to save lives not just in Long Island but around the world.
We think we're going to accelerate the pace of discovery, and we're going to improve the treatment of disease, and have people will really benefit from this collaboration in very tangible ways.
I feel very comfortable picking up the phone and calling any other Energeia member, because there's this trust that's built up when going through the program and meeting other people.
By virtue of it being an Energeia partner, whether they're in your class or not, you know that there's a certain level of commitment.
So talking to an Energeia partner, they get to understand that all of our issues connect. So we really can't just say our issue is the priority and forget about everything else around us.
Energeia helps break down walls, I think, in terms of being able to communicate on a different level.
And we get to see each other in a learning environment at Energeia or at a partnership meeting where it's just it's a different playing field.
And for years and years, decades and decades, Long Island has talked about sort of everything that we need to move forward, and because of Energeia, you have stakeholders who are now working together who would have never known each other prior to Energeia.
Where the future lies, it lies in the passions of our partners, whether it be in curriculum development or whether it be in assisting with putting really good nominees into the next class. And we see that there's a growing number of our partners who are making really good suggestions.
So when Malloy College founded the Energeia Partnership in 2005, we were attempting to address some fundamental issues. But the more we dug into it, what we found out was that the real issue was relationships, and the education was relational. People really needed to know how the other person felt. So the questions we were asking is, what is your responsibility to other people? Wasn't a broad conceptual thing. It was really about, how does this affect people's lives? So for us, that's been the value of Energeia. 300 people more who have strong relationships, who care deeply about their colleagues and their partners, but care deeply about the community. 10 years later, what I'm most proud of is that all the relationships we have created through Energeia have led to change.